Horror movies nowadays are movies that are just like, that's when you go to the movies now. You get superhero movies and you get horror movies. Horror movies are becoming epic movies, like big budget movies, and this is a prime example of a horror movie coming out that everyone wants to see, that it's an epic long movie with characters and development, just like Avengers a couple months ago. Horror movies nowadays are something special, and we need to be talking about them a lot more than we need to be. It Chapter 2. If you have not been watching my channel for a couple years, or have not ever, welcome, and we're doing It Chapter 2 because I have been excited for this movie. This is one of my most anticipated ever since I saw the first one. When the first one came out, it was my favorite movie of 2017 when it came out. The movie was just a really good movie with a great Pennywise, a great horror villain that we as 2,000 people can have. The 90s had Scream, the 80s had Jason, all that kind of stuff. 2000s had like The Ring and everything. The 2010s, it belongs to Pennywise. So here we are. If you do not know the story, 27 years later, the Losers Club is back. They are here. They are coming back to Derry to defeat the one, the only Pennywise the Clown. So, like I said before, I've been looking for this movie all year. I was very anticipated about when's this movie, like saying, alright, let's not do a Jurassic World review. Let's go in there. However the movie is, I'm just going to express to you guys how I feel. And let's just say this first things first. Andy Muschietti is a freaking awesome director. I can't wait to see him do The Flash because this movie, he does an extremely great job. He brings this cast together, this brand new cast, which we as an audience love the kids, and the kids are definitely in this movie, and we do get the adult versions who are brilliantly casted. Every single person who is cast in this movie as an adult loser is perfect. James McAvoy is amazing. I mean, he's already a great actor. We knew that. He's amazing in this movie. Jessica Chastain. When they announced they're doing a second one, they do the adults, everyone requested it. Jessica Chastain, and guess what? She delivered as we wanted her to do, and as the director and the creators wanted her to do. She was amazing. Of course, you've heard this, but I'm going to say it again. Bill Hader is the steal of the show. He is hilarious in this movie. He's also got some great dramatic scenes, intense scenes, scary scenes, obviously. So Bill Hader is the standout in this movie out of the adult cast. Everyone else is very unknown actors, but all of them were really good actors. All of them. They looked like like the young kids, just older. So the looks were great, and everyone was great. Their chemistry was perfectly there. Their dialogue between each other, they felt like the adult version of the kids, which I loved. I loved how it felt like the adults. It felt like the kids, just adults. They did an amazing job casting. Do I really need to say anything about Pennywise, Bill Skarsgård? I mean, he's definitely in it way more in this one than he is in the first one. And this one, they give him more to do. I feel like they let him do more, Bill Skarsgård. And whatever they did amazing. I mean, once again, he is the reason you go see this movie, and he is creepy, terrifying, and he is funny in some scenes. I will say this, there's definitely no specific scene I can think of right now because I just watched it. It's a very long movie. Like the first movie when I walked out of the theater, obviously the opening scene with him and Georgie, that scene stuck with you. And there's other scenes, like example when he comes out of the fridge, whatever. This movie, I think I need to see it again because again, it's a long movie, but there's not a scene that really dug into me with Pennywise. There's very entertaining horror scenes with him, but there wasn't anything terrifying. And so if anyone's asking, is this movie scary? If you didn't think the first one was scary, you're not going to think this one was scary. That's just the honest truth. I thought the first one had creepy, eerie moments with a fantasy dreamlike element to it. This one expands on that, and sometimes they go way too far in the comedy with the scary scenes. There is one scene, it is an intense scene, and then a music choice gets chosen, and it's like, it's funny in the moment, but it quickly ends, and it really just came out of nowhere. Like, it really felt like it came out of absolutely nowhere, and I was like, okay, so there are times in the movie they go for comedy way too much over the actual scare, and the scare scenes, they're like, it's like a scary house. When you go to a scare house, it's fun, you jump, you have fun, you laugh, you smile. This movie is that in a movie version, and I was entertained throughout the entire movie, beginning to end. I was invested. I did read the book, so there are things that in the movie I was like, that's from the book, and I'm loving it. There's little details they do that I was like, thank you so much. The opening scene is, I was like, you did it. I'm glad. I'm so glad you did it this way. Even though I did go with a group of people who had not read the book, and they said there are scenes in this movie that felt so like, why did this need to be there? Why does this movie need to be 3 hours long? And that was their issue. There were scenes that just felt so and I can understand that, because I won't lie, there are scenes in this movie I was like, you could have taken that out. It is from the book. There's even characters in the movie that I knew this character was going to be in this movie. I knew this character was going to have this role in this movie. It felt in the movie so like he's there. That character's there. This character's doing its thing. There it is. And it never led to anything major. So I honestly feel like they could have taken this character out, even though it was in the book, it was in the miniseries. So yeah, it wasn't really something I knew it was going to be in there. The movie definitely felt like, it felt wasted, to be honest. The character felt wasted, but it's in the book. They're being very loyal, so either they take this thing out and people get mad, or if they leave them in and people feel like, oh, it was wasted. So it's a lose-lose situation, if you ask me. But once again, the directing by Amy Machete, I mean, the editing was great. The music, of course, is amazing. This movie is bloody. I mean, beginning to end, it is bloody. It is gory. You see people die, rip their limbs off. I mean, it is bloody. And like I said, the movie is very entertaining. I enjoyed it. I was very entertained. Yes, there are decisions that they have in the movie that I was like, you didn't need that, you did not need that, and you definitely put in there, you wanted to do the book justice. I'm fine with. There's certain things you don't need. There's many surprises in the movie that I can't spoil, obviously. Now let's start with the ending. People are going to be either love the ending or they're going to hate the ending, because the famous, I can already hear the reviews, bigger doesn't mean better is what people are going to say. For me, a book reader, it did the justice. It felt like the book watching the movie. Like, that's how I felt. I had a blast with the ending. I really did. I truly had a blast with the ending. And the ending is actually very sad, emotional, happy, scary, exciting, big budget, lots of CGI. Very heavy on CGI this entire movie, I won't lie. It was very heavy CGI, which was a little disappointing, but it didn't look bad CGI. I will say this. The kids, the flashbacks, sometimes they were like, they kept coming in. I was like, okay, I get it. But I love the kids' scenes, but the kids were de-aged, and I could tell that they were de-aged. I could tell. Normal people probably won't, but for me, I could. And finally, just to end it off on my biggest issue, if I tell anyone my big issue, the pacing sucks. I'll be honest. I checked my watch twice. I checked my phone. I went click. It was a long movie. Was I entertained? Yes. But you can feel the length of this movie. You can feel it. And the first one was a great flow. Like, I could pop in the first one. You could watch it. This is a movie you have to sit down. You gotta be like, alright, chapter 2, here we go. But overall, the casting, the Losers Club is great. The scary, fun horror scenes are fun, enjoyable, frightening, creepy. Pennywise, Bill Skarsgård, he's Oscar-worthy in my opinion. He's so good as Pennywise. The scares are great. The movie feels bigger, not better, I wouldn't say. I would say the first one is a better movie. But did I hate this movie? Not at all. I was extremely enjoyed. I extremely can't wait to see it again. I mean, I like the movie. I really do. I think I'm going to like it more the second time I see it. But once again, the pacing was really bad, I can't lie. And there are many decisions in this movie over comedy, over horror, and things in the book can be left in the book and not in the movie, in my opinion. And sometimes they definitely were like, hey, we need this because of the book. You don't need it. It's a movie. You can change things up. It's okay. It's okay to be different, make your own. But Andy Machete, I mean, this was his baby, and you could tell there was so much care and time put into each scene, each scary scene. There is a bunch of scary, enjoyable scenes that are going to be so not memorized, but there's so many that I can't even think of every single one. Like, the opening scene was great. There's many scenes in the middle, and then, of course, the ending is very CGI big, and yeah. Overall, I really liked it. I do recommend this movie. I'm gonna give It Chapter 2 an A-. I can't lie, 20 seconds ago, I was gonna give it a B+. But I have a gut feeling, I'm going with my gut, never always go with your gut. I have a gut feeling I'm gonna like this movie the more I see it, even though it's a long movie, but I really enjoyed the movie. I am not disappointed at all. I have issues. It can't be, I knew the first one was gonna be better, because again, the miniseries, you ever seen the miniseries, part 1 is 10 times better than part 2. This movie is way better than part 2 of the miniseries. 10 times better. I recommend the movie even though it is very long. Hope you guys enjoyed this review, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye, guys.